say these T-Birds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmy Pynk, and guess who's back for the motherfucking house? That was all kind of fucked up. Don't care.
Just give me the cheese, I'll make it smoke it, yo.
I'm gonna let y'all catch me. Go ahead and roll something out.
Welcome right back for most of y'all to my Once Upon a Time recap. This is season 7, or as I like to call it, reboot season 1. Probably the only one. Episode 8 of Once Upon a Time, where we had I hate when they say a special 2-hour event, like the episode was meant to be one episode. It wasn't. This is clearly listed as episode 7 and episode 8, which makes me a little nervous. And I'll tell you guys why. It makes me a little nervous because the ratings for this is already, I probably just fucked up the green screen. I don't care. I did not want to do 2 videos back to back. I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. I didn't. But, the truth of the matter is this. The ratings are not great. They put them in the Friday night death slot. And basically where we're at is now we're doing this. Let's hurry up and burn off episodes. I understand Thanksgiving is next week, but you didn't have to burn off an episode. You could have just did 1 episode. We got to wait 3 weeks to get another one. This in trouble. I'm going to just keep it 100 with y'all. This is in real trouble. I don't even think I put my wig on good. Y'all, it's so hot under these lights, and to turn around and do it again, makeup probably looks shitty because I was slapping it on for y'all. But let's get into this second episode of the night. So the name of this episode is Pretty in Blue. Now, as somebody whose name is Pynk, I take a little bit of offense that y'all changed the pink to blue. Okay? Just a little bit. But I see why they named it Pretty in Blue, because this episode was Heavy Cinderella, which is known for a blue dress. Heavy Alice, which is known for a blue dress. And until recently, till we got Elsa, those were like the 2 big Disney characters. And because Alice is not a princess, they got away with it. But blonde hair, blue dress, it is what it is. So, now we find out that Alice had a curse on her, because now we already found out last episode. Well, now Alice comes. She finds Alt Hook, her dad, and she's like, the curse has been broken, it's okay. And she hugs him, and like he zaps backward, and then his heart starts glowing green. So we're like, oh shit, and then we find out that there's a curse. So, we're off to Wonderland. Like, y'all tried to do Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, it didn't work, but y'all love going to Wonderland. I ain't mad, I like Wonderland. Where I'm just at is a lot of the characters that we know from Wonderland. I understand we're going to pretend like Once Upon a Time in Wonderland never happened. But we do have characters like Regina's mother was the Queen of Hearts. Are we going to get a core cameo? We got Will Scarlet. Are we going to get a cameo from him? Clearly, we're not getting the Mad Hatter, because that motherfucker is making Marvel coin now. Unless they come down and say, no, you need to do us this favor and we need to sue the Mad Hatter. We're not seeing Sebastian Shaw, honey. The Winter Soldier is not coming. Winter is not coming. Not on this show. But we're in Wonderland, and we find out that Cinderella's mother was in Wonderland. So she's all gung-ho to go to Wonderland, and she plays Henry. And it's these magic lockets. And I know I said I was sticking strictly to the notes, but I'm trying to hurry the hell up. And I'm not going to tell y'all I was not pleased with that storyline. Like, oh, my mother never did stop loving my father, who was not her father, was her stepfather. So I'm like, so even when he was married to Lady Tremaine, you was living with your stepfather, so your real parents is just gone. Because this man was always your stepfather, so who was her daddy? Because you know that's got to come out. What if it's Rumpelstiltskin? Ooh, it can't be Rumpelstiltskin and she with Henry, because then they would be related. So who ain't related? Who could her father be? Because everybody already fucking related. Who could her dad be? Because I feel like the fact that we found out, well, the only father I know but my stepdad, that's coming back, I feel like. So, I want to know who that is. But anyway, So we get Sabine, my girl Tiana. We get her in this episode, and she's like, well, you know who graduated from law school. You need a lawyer. You need to fight Victoria for custody of your daughter because somebody got to get custody of her at this point. And I'm like, well, who has a law degree? Who has a law degree? So we're waiting for that. And we find out the guy with the law degree is Nick. And Nick is Lucy's cursed dad. We know Henry is a real dad, but her cursed dad, who she thinks is the dad. And the crazy thing about that is I was like, well, who is Nick going to be? Because you know everybody got to have a Wonderland counterpart. Excuse me. A fairy tale counterpart. Well, he's Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk. But didn't we have that story? Was that the same actor? Y'all comment below and let me know. Because didn't we have Jack and the Beanstalk? Or did we not actually have Jack? We just had them going up the Beanstalk. I think we had Jack, though. I think Emma and Hook. Y'all let me know that one. Because I'm not looking that up. Again, with some stuff that I got problems with. They did real great on the episode 7. Real great. Not bringing in none of the bullshit. Here we go. We get to Wonderland. She gets to where the Mad Hatter's tea party would be at. Speaking of tea. I was trying to not highlight the fact that I broke a nail, but there it is. And Tilly is there. Well, Alice is there. And Alice is there. But before we see Alice, what do we see? Hans, Bueller, what do we see? A fucking Star Wars backpack. And then, now I am going to jump around. And then, Henry apparently had told Jack about this story called Star Wars. Please stop. Please stop. Disney. Side note. Let's have a tea break, if you will. Because let me spill this tea. To quote my boy, the people's champ, Dan Merle, if y'all watch Screen Junkies. Disney, why are you being a dick? Okay, you already out here blocking the LA Times from coming to see your reviews and bullying Rotten Tomatoes into not releasing their scores for Justice League till after Justice League. You already running Marvel into the ground. You trying to run Star Wars into the ground. Y'all own everything. Do you have to push all your other properties into Once Upon a Time? I already had a problem with Once Upon a Time when I was like, okay, when it started off, it was well-known fairy tales. You had Cinderella, and you had Snow White, and you had, Little Red Riding Hood, because these are the fairy tales that everybody know, not just because of Disney, but they're just well-known fairy tales. I had a little bit of problem when y'all brought Beauty and the Beast in and it was actually Belle. I had a little problem when y'all brought in the Little Mermaid and it was actually Ariel. But I understood it. I said, but at least these are still fairy tales. Leave the Marvel and the Star Wars shit out of Once Upon a Time. Please. Don't bring in no extra shit either. Don't bring in no Captain Jack Sparrow to fight with Hook. Don't bring none of that shit. Okay, anyway, going back. So they say they got caught in a white rabbit trap. Really, motherfucker, it had to be a white rabbit trap. We'd have got it if you said a rabbit trap. There's the March Hare, there's the white rabbit. We'd have got it. So I was just like, who is Cinderella's parents? Well, I was thinking that too. I'm like, well, Regina is woke, so maybe Regina knows who the parents are. But we don't know that yet. We said that Alice is Hook's daughter. That was Star Wars shit. I don't know if I like this little Poison Heart storyline and some young pretty sorceress is who was helping us in this Grisella. I have issue with that too. See, at first, characters doing multiple things was cool. It was clever. Like Rumpelstiltskin also being the Beast, also being the crocodile because his skin was all scaly. Like, that was dope. You just gonna say Grisella is just some random sorceress and not from no other story? She couldn't be in Wonderland and be somebody else, like maybe the White Queen, or she was the one that created the Jabberwocky or something like that. It needs to just not be she's just some pretty sorceress now that's just fucking up everybody's motherfucking life for no reason because she angry. Cut that out. So going back to the regular world, Henry is jealous of Nick because Henry likes Cinderella so much, or Jacinta, and he goes and fixes the food truck and does all this work, and she shows up in her dress, suited and booted, with Nick, and he feels away and he walks off, and I was just like, oh, that was the first time I awed over Henry and Cinderella. I felt the way about that. I was like, oh, you put in all that work and she done walked in with this other man, but she don't want that man. She just trying to schmooze him because he a lawyer and she ain't got no money. Magic mushrooms. I thought that was funny and so fucking perfect for a Wonderland episode. I'm like, yes, magic mushrooms. Come on, grass. Come on, grass. Y'all know where that came from? I know some of my pink ladies and seabirds do. So I thought that for sure, once we found out about this poison heart kiss and we get Grisella and she stops Henry, I thought for sure, I said, oh, so that's what the curse is, that Regina can't let Henry and Jacinta kiss because it's going to kill them. Because this curse is you can't be with the person you love. They'll put a block on it, and if you touch them, like, their heart is poisoned, so they'll die. And I thought that's what it was going to be. But Alice and Cinderella saved them. But these necklaces, because Alice knew Cinderella's mom, but keep in mind, Alice lies. Because Alice did say Eloise Gardner was dead too. So maybe Alice's mother is alive. And maybe Alice's mother is the White Queen. Something's coming of that. I'm sure that her parents has got to be revealed. But they trap Gisela in a mirror and save Henry. And then it's, oh, this started glowing because he had the piece that she had that belonged to the father. And then, of course, Cinderella found the piece of the locket that went to the mother and they was glowing because that means they in love. Oh, but that's what made you realize you loved him is because the necklace started glowing. I ain't real big on that. Like, Hook and Swan, Emma, they fell in love. We watched them fall in love. Snow and Charming, we didn't see it, but they showed enough backstory to show they fell in love. It wasn't no magic motherfucking anything that told them they was in love with each other. That's some bullshit. Work on that. So we found out Jacinta gave up Lucy voluntarily and signed over all her parental rights. Dummy. But I get it. You going up against somebody you can't win. She like, I should have at least tried, but I've been fighting my stepmother for so long. I don't never win. I didn't want to drag my daughter through this, so I just gave her up. At least the woman got money. I know she'll have a good life. So Lucy gets to come home. Nick won it over. And then we got Regina and Rumple. The fucking showdown. And I was here for that part. The whole episode was worth it for this. What if I said the name Rumpelstiltskin to you? Does that mean anything? He like, oh, wasn't that the one that was asleep for 100 years? Right then I knew. I'm like, motherfucker, everybody know. Everybody from 3 to 103 know who the fuck Rumpelstiltskin is. You know that ain't Rip Van Winkle. You know that ain't the same damn thing. That's how I knew he was woke. But he was playing it off good, and she was like, listen, I know you woke. You always woke. You that dude. Come on, Gold. She called him Gold. Nothing was working. When he walked away and she said, you know Belle wouldn't want you to do this. And that face just cracked just that little bit, but his back was to her. I was like, that motherfucker woke. We knew Rumple was woke. Didn't we know Rumple was woke? We knew Rumple was woke. But he said, well, that's all right. So then they talking about Henry is getting drunk because he's upset about Jacinta being with Nick. They show is letting a lot of folks get drunk on this piece, but I guess it ain't on Sunday no more, so they can zhuzh it up. But they get to Well, I'm going to need help from somebody in San Francisco that Victoria ran out of Hyperion Heights, but she hates my guts. Please let it be Zelina. Please let it be Zelina. Do y'all know? Y'all know the tea? If y'all know the tea, pour some in my cup right now by commenting below and let me know. Is it Zelina? Please tell me it's Zelina. I love Zelina so much. Please tell me it's Zelina. I will be so excited for Zelina. And when Zelina comes, I hope I'm off work so I can get dressed like a witch and put on my green lipstick and shit. I love, well, green screen now. Try to. I fucking love Zelina so much. Zelina is my favorite. So I hope it's Zelina. And then Hook comes to Alice and was like, you know, and she's apologizing. I didn't mean to do that. I thought Weaver was a good guy, you know. And we see, like, of course, Wonderland. I ain't even got to explain that to y'all. Look how I'm fucking dressed. We know Wonderland is all about chess and cards. And being high as a motherfucking kite. We know that's what Wonderland is about. So, you know, he has this knight that was sent back via Cinderella to Alice. Like, I'm going to find a cure soon, Dad. And then at the end of the episode, we see Rogers bring Tilly a chess set and say, well, you know what, since you don't have any more, I figured we could play a game every week. And I was just like, oh, mother-daughter. But of course, Regina is woke and was saying like, hey, that girl needs you. You need to, you know, handle that. And I thought that was just great that Regina, now that she is woke, is doing what she can do, even though she has to do this to protect Henry and, you know, Lucy and all of them. But she's still going to do what she can do. But she said she got to get somebody from San Francisco. And y'all, I just hope it's Zelina so bad. I hope it's Zelina so bad. But when Jacinta came to see Henry and Jacinta made him a mixtape, they got a second awe out of me. Like, I don't love their chemistry as actors. I don't. I'm not buying it. But I buy the story. And when she brought him the mixtape, I was just like, oh, y'all really like each other. I ain't gonna say love. Y'all ain't known each other that long. But y'all really like each other, and that was really sweet. And then, of course, we got Grisella and baby mother Goffle. And guess what? We gonna take my sister because her magic that's my birthright is trapped in there. We gonna crack this bitch open and whoop. Gotta be faster than that. Cause Victoria was like, oh, you wanna play? I know what y'all after. Let me go hide my daughter. And they opened up the coffin and it was empty, child. Empty. And then we find out we not getting another episode for 3 fucking weeks. So it just so happens that I am just the type of bitch that I try to plan my outfits ahead of time so I can kind of get some of the graphics and stuff done before, because then it's easier for me to edit once I shoot it. I thought I was being Alice next week. Okay? I thought I was being Alice next week. Did not know we were getting 2 episodes and definitely didn't know we wasn't getting 3 more. So, to my pink ladies and T-birds who are already subscribed to me, thank you. You're probably subscribed because you watch other shit. That'll still be going on. For those of y'all that are just here for the Once Upon a Time reviews, you might want to go ahead and subscribe and also click the notification bell so that you know when these reviews come back up. Because hell, let's see if it actually come back in 3 weeks. You heard me. Also, if you have the money, 'tis the season to be jolly. Please donate to my Patreon. I say this at the end of the video because it's the truth. YouTube fucking with everybody money. So if you got it, help a sister out. If you don't, that's fine too. And then if you happen to stumble across this video, first at the end of the video will be a link to episode 7. So I want to thank all of you for watching. Excuse me, my patrons. I love y'all to death. Oh yeah, some stuff is on its way to y'all, by the way, too. And I'm still working on that other video for you guys. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Deuces.
Kamehameha attackers blazing, I'm so amazing. Japanimation, the anime on your cartoon station. So fulfilling, no adults swimming for about an hour. Revealing power, unorthodox amongst these cowards. Full transformation for Optimus Prime transformation. A good vibration from Rumble packed in with inspiration. In my beginning, God created a lyricist. Saga continues.